Welcome to the Didi and Lital Show. Advice, thoughts, and stories from a married couple on cybersecurity, technology, and life in general. Now here are your hosts, Didi and Lital.
Hello, and welcome to the Didi and Lital Show. It's another week. What's up? I'm back from Tel Aviv.
I am dead. I am basically dead. Dead.
What, just because of the hangout with your friends yesterday?
Yesterday I drank more than 2 beers. And
We had your friends from work for a barbecue.
Yes. Oh, recipe for perfect barbecue. We ran this model twice. Listen up, everybody. Salad, corn, ribeye, or its likes. A fatty steak. Thin sliced, preferably Costco Wagyu. This is like the perfect recipe for an awesome...
And beer and wine, and that's it.
And beer and wine, that's it. Go simple, go big.
And fruit for dessert and a fruity cake.
A fruity cake for
like
dessert.
A pie.
I think that model...
Light.
We tried that on our friend Aviv that came to visit. The pilot that took Lital home. And we tried it on my friends yesterday. The model works.
Okay. We have a lot to share today with random things, summertime stuff.
Yes.
And, it's what they call in Israel cucumber season.
Yes. So I'll start with the most important thing. As you came in and didn't close the door, and I started complaining, this is an important thing for the listeners to understand. I am an old Ashkenazi Jew. An old Ashkenazi Jew complains. That is like our God-given right. There's nothing that better describes an old Ashkenazi Jew than complaining.
That's true. I mean...
think of our grandparents. Think of our parents. Think of ourselves. We complain.
It's funny. Omri is in Israel spending the week with my parents, and he called me yesterday just to say, wow, Grandma, all she does is complaining. And I was like, yeah, well, you wanted to spend time in Israel, so
yes,
learn a little bit, appreciate.
Yes. Robin Williams had this thing. Dave, you were about to say something? Please do.
Isn't that why we invented the word kvetch?
Yes. It is.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
That's exactly kvetch.
Robin Williams has a very famous sketch that he says there's no evangelist rabbis. You know why? Because you go to a rabbi and say, oh, rabbi, my back. And say, your back, my knees. That is a known Robin Williams sketch. And I think Jackie Mason also did a reference to that one. So this is like our God-given right.
We've been persecuted.
We were persecuted. We were chased. Now we complain. I hold on to the complaining.
Okay. Cool. Well, so many things are happening, even though it's summertime. So
let's start with the most important thing. Producer Dave.
What is the hottest thing going on in the past week?
What's the hottest thing on the internet this week?
In the last week.
The Coldplay couple.
Yes, the Coldplay couple. Yes.
Like, can you believe that, like, a few seconds caught on a jumbotron would become the most viral thing on planet Earth and still going? Like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah.
This kind of thing must have happened before. They've been doing kiss cams for decades, right?
Right. And the question is why this one became so viral.
Here's my hypothesis. So, Dave, just as you said, I go to 10 Bruins games a year.
Mm-hmm.
There's kiss cam every time, right?
Right.
How many times during kiss cam in Bruins games there's people that say like that?
Probably 1 out of 10, right?
No.
Never?
1 out of 1.
Often you're saying, yeah.
Like they go through like 10 couples with a kiss cam. One of these couples eventually, or two of these couples eventually say, we'll basically say, no.
Okay, yeah.
My hypothesis is this guy, I do not know of a single person that likes that guy.
So he
works with Lital. So the guy worked with Lital, worked with me, worked with a whole bunch of my friends, worked with a whole bunch of my colleagues.
Really? You knew this guy? This must have been... So I want to hear what your reaction was. Yeah, when you saw it.
Okay, let me start. Before the whole thing, one of my favorite musicals is Chicago. when I saw this video clip, all I thought of, and please be ready to bring it up, is, this part when the song, He Had It Coming.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He
Great
had
song.
it coming.
Yes.
When she explained that the whole song is about the revengeful wives killing the husbands
Yes.
because they had it coming.
Yes.
When I saw this clip,
I hated Chicago, but Catherine Zeta-Jones made that thing work.
and Renee Zellweger,
Oh, yes.
it's a wonderful. I saw it on Broadway. I saw it several times.
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame.
Oh, well.
If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it,
I bet you would have done the same.
Yes, he had it.
That's what I have to say. So, I was at Cybereason in marketing leadership role over there, and Andy Byron was the CRO. This specific behavior was well known at the time already. So it's interesting because a random group on WhatsApp, which is basically
all our friends.
all our friends from your days at RSA, your days at Cisco, random people from Israel that we have friends. It's people that worked with me at Cybereason, people that worked at Avexa when he was in sales leadership, people that worked at Blade Logic when he was in some sales leadership role.
So with different love interests, is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
She was just the latest, is what you're saying.
Oh, he couldn't keep it. He couldn't keep it in his
It's
pants.
well known, and even the pattern of direct reports is well known. So the whole
Shrewd move.
thing. So everybody a lot of people from the Boston area, at least, worked with the guy. So some people even worked with the lady because she's also well known in the tech scene of Boston because she was at Observe It, and then afterwards acquired and was head of HR at Proofpoint. So everybody in the cybersecurity industry in the Boston area know them. So that's one thing. So I already say they had it coming. The amazing thing
With her, I don't know. I don't know her.
I don't know. But, well, you don't go to a concert with, 40,000, 60,000 people at Gillette Stadium with your mistress.
I'm telling you that it happens. I'm telling you it happens all the time.
I understand it happens all the time.
You never
so
go to
that
concerts.
means you have it coming. If
No,
you
no,
go,
no. Look.
I mean, right there. You can hide your mistress in, your love nest in
No,
Back Bay. Or if you go out in the wild and, hold her breast, the camera, and who cares about the camera? Some people there will find you, the friends of your wife.
Look.
So this is like,
I'm
first
telling you.
if you're having an affair
I'm telling you.
and you don't want to be caught, keep it a secret, a real secret.
I think.
But-
I think.
Just say,
I'm just saying
yeah.
that I have never seen somebody less liked than him. Because my side of the story is that I wake up in the morning, and the following morning, and 3 of my friends said, "Are you following this shit on social media?" And I said, I don't do social media. I would do anti-social media if there would be such a thing. And he says, no, you don't understand. It's even on LinkedIn. So I go on my LinkedIn, and the first 5 posts on my LinkedIn, it's like people that never gossip, never say anything bad. All of them are basically saying he had it coming. And it's like the nicest people in the world, basically, were celebrating this. And that's why I'm saying that people are caught on these cameras all the time. All cheaters.
Yeah, and nothing happens,
and
right?
nothing happens.
I mean, if
I think it's
didn't duck,
I think
nothing would have happened.
I think it's the combination of how bad they basically moved Oh, wait,
Like the whole move, the ducking.
the whole ducking, the whole moving.
Just go with it.
And
Like
also-
nobody would have cared.
And also, let's face it, that thing in Gillette probably had 600 600 Boston area security salespeople in that show.
Or data, he's now in a data company or whatever. Yeah.
I promise you, every single one of them hates him. So that's why I'm saying that everybody was sharing this, because everybody knew, and there's a whole bunch of people here that just hate his guts. So that's why what the thing you need to understand is, you can piss off people to a certain level of time, but at some point
You had it coming.
you have it coming, and it also will come back to you. And also, the other thing that is really, really interesting is that it raises the question that you and I wanted to talk about. There's a million articles about this.
It's crazy. You sent me an article in Arabic about it.
Yes.
Like this piece of news you think went viral only here in the Boston area?
No.
No way. Times of India reported. We'll talk about it in a second. We saw it in news in Arabic. It's like basically, it might be that people in Gaza, instead of thinking how bad the situation is over there, so Andy Byron and Coldplay
Yes.
ducking.
Yes.
Like
That thing-
for a minute, it's like there is nothing in the news, and it's Andy Byron competing with, the Epstein file and
Yes.
and all this shenanigans. There is nothing to put on the news. So everywhere in the world, that is main news. It was everywhere.
Yes, we replaced, by the way, even we have this meme of what's worst that can happen. It used to be like initially after, when you said what's the worst that can happen, it was like a dumpster fire. Then Nitzan came over because he's such an optimist and put a nuclear bomb going off. Now that's the thing that shows up after the meme of what worse can happen on our
Yeah, who
releases.
cares about, world peace, wars going on?
Also, the other
You
thing
have a
that is,
Coldplay cheater
also
on camera.
the other thing that is really interesting, the internet right now is a cesspool. It's a true piece of shit. No, you put one thing on Twitter, 15 people argue with you. You'll have any opinion, and people will take the opposing view. This has unified the
It
left.
unified the earth.
It's unified the earth. It's
Yeah.
unified the left.
The galaxy.
Exactly. I'm sure that the Cambodians that are shooting at the Thailand people right now are also sending each other memes.
Memes of hugging couples.
Exactly. So that thing has unified the internet beyond anything I've ever seen.
It's an interesting thing. Like I feel like people need a relief, a comic relief, and
It's like-
it provided this thing of comic relief, horrendous moment for human beings, something that is globally understood.
Yes.
A behavior that is very common and everybody understands it. So. Yeah, it's like for a moment on the internet, it was consuming everyone.
Yes. It's like everybody likes to see somebody slipping on a banana because you like to see other people's misery.
It's
And
also like a soap opera, the whole
Exactly.
thing. The head of HR, this, she's rich, he's rich, she's married to this guy with legacy money in the Boston area with the rum company. He is this kind of CEO of billion-dollar companies that we don't know what they do. But it's all kind of perfect thing.
Yes. Producer Dave, Lital has a point of genius, by the way. So what we think that these guys are going to do next is, my point was that he's probably going to be on every Viagra or
I immediately,
testosterone.
the day after I said, their career is pretty much in corporate America over. Like it
No,
will be
no.
very hard. I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe
I
I'm
was
wrong.
thinking reality show.
Reality,
show.
but sponsorship. Basically, that is the time to become sponsor of something. So he can be, a Viagra, testosterone patches,
Yes.
whatever.
hair stuff.
Yeah, the
And
possibilities
she can go on
are endless.
OnlyFans.
Yes.
If you have him recreate it, and then
Yes.
he's diving down. He's diving down to pick up a jar of Viagra.
Yeah,
That's where
exactly.
he dropped his Viagra.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
You missed what I said,
Yes.
which was probably all the ladies out there gonna hate me, but she can become an OnlyFan. rich lady.
Yes.
She could. She
Yes.
absolutely
That's a
could.
huge career now.
Yes.
I highly recommend this.
Yes.
Think about it. Everybody thinks about her now. Sure.
Yes.
I mean, she also can do some, I don't know, maybe
No, the only-
weightlifting. She has nice biceps.
The OnlyFans thing is the OnlyFans is a great idea. By the way, you don't need
She
to.
will break the internet with OnlyFans.
You don't need to actually have sex. Mia Khalifa just showed her boobs a little bit, so you don't need to actually.
I think all she needs is a guy to hold her in the back. Just recreate the moment.
Yes, exactly.
Tons of money. I mean, they already lost the kind of
Yes.
dignity. So
Yes.
at that point, I would go, if I were
Lenient to the
there,
turn.
I would go all the
OnlyFans.
way.
OnlyFans.
Like, just make shit ton of money now out of this. That's the only way to go, right?
Yes. Yes,
So the
I
way-
agree.
Yeah, like own it. Yeah, you are at that level now. Go with it. Make
Yes.
money. That's what I would do.
After,
Believe me.
After we've had this discussion, one of the
Are
most
you gonna wait for this to happen and you put me on OnlyFans? You know my interest in those things. Zero.
Look,
Zero.
no. Please don't say that. We'll lose our viewership.
Everybody now has a dream that one day this will actually happen.
That you'll be on
Okay,
OnlyFans.
now we're gonna be. Let's make it viral and let's have this podcast successful.
Yes.
Finally. Okay, but the funny thing about that, I've been kind of following all the viral memes and all the coverage of that, and I think it's culturally extremely interesting to see how in different places and like different podcasts and different things, they kind of like took the angle of the topic and kind of brought it to life. So I sent you this article from Times of India, very telling. They went and checked the background of Andy Byron. Well, where did he learn? What did he do for college? Like, and basically, he grew as a sales leader. So he's from sales go-to-market lineage, growing into the CEO seat. And in his background, like college background, he's not a technologist, even though all his career was in technology. He is coming from liberal arts, I think Rhode Island, some sort of state college. He did play minor league baseball, so something to
Which proves
add,
my point again.
which really fits well typically with the sales lineage.
No.
in sales.
No, it's bad sales leadership. Good sales leadership come from hockey because that's an actual sport. Baseball is a pastime. It's for sissies. It's people that don't want contact. They don't want to work hard. They want to grow their beer bellies and swing
He
it
doesn't
back.
have a beer belly.
No, I'm just saying. Look at
Let's
as somebody
give
as somebody once said. Somebody told one of the Felger and Maz, because this is, as you said, cucumber season and they have nothing better to do. They had like a show about fathletes when they were talking about Patrick Mahomes being chubby, and when they were talking about fathletes, the star fathletes were all baseball players. And some lady once yelled at one of the famous baseball players here in the area, "Hey, how can you look like this when you're a professional athlete?" He said, "I'm not a professional athlete.
I'm a baseball player."
John Kruk.
Yes.
Yeah, that was him.
So
And yeah,
so,
he was portly. Yeah.
Yes.
so the point of Indian Times was how come a non-technical person leads a unicorn in the tech business? And I guess they're kind of alluding to, the elites of the elites of Indian tech CEOs that we have in this country and how strong the tech background is.
It's
If
not
you
just-
think about that.
it's not just Indian.
You have Satya Nadella, you have the CEO of Google, you have every major company, Nakesh Arora at Palo Alto Network. I mean, we have now a series of extremely successful CEOs with
and product,
Indian
and product leaders.
and strong, all of them coming from strong product engineering tech background.
Yep.
And the Indian Times article didn't say it, but it had this kind of like, how come, what makes this dude become a CEO versus all the CEO that we brought up? So I thought that was an interesting angle of
So as
what
you
do
know,
we think about what background.
So as you know, there's only one GTM CEO in the industry that I love. Yotam.
Oh, I thought it is Satya Nadella.
No, no. I mean non-technical.
Oh, okay.
I said GTM.
Okay.
Yotam, my buddy, not technical. The only one I like. The only person I like.
I have to say, in my career, Corey Thomas, CEO of Rapid7, is phenomenal, and he grew from the marketing function. Extremely rare, very rare, but is an unbelievable CEO, has been with the company from growth
but he's also
all the
fucking
way
genius.
till now. Okay, but so there are those cases where you have
But he's not.
non-tech
But he's not
CEOs.
exactly a jock.
Oh, he's not a jock, but
He's very much like.
is Yotam a jock?
Yes, he was both an NCAA player. He's a basketball player, but as I said, a real sport. Like basketball, you actually need to run on the court. There's no baseball pretending to run to first base and flopping.
It's not golf.
It's not golfing, exactly.
Okay.
So
The GTM sport is golf.
the GTM sport should be real sport. Like the stack ranking of salespeople that I love usually go from hockey is usually these guys are the most aggressive. Second are football players. There were a whole bunch of good football players that were in the EMC guys. You could see that they were football players because they were like a foot taller than I am. And even when they were skinny, they were like big. And they have the aggression. So aggression is good. Aggression is important. But going back to the tech side, I think we all know that from the history of the successful CEOs, we had the case of Apple, where Scully basically crippled Apple. He was a very good CEO for Pepsi. He did a very, very good job at there. I think he also did a very good job afterwards. But when the board replaced Jobs with Scully, they killed the company. Because tech companies, especially tech companies now, move at a very, very fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of decisions that need to be made in the making a decision with regards to the technology. There's a reason why Sergey and Gary and Larry had to come back into Google.
Yeah, they now stepped in to help with the
AI stuff, because eventually you need somebody who's a true visionary. Satya basically replaced Ballmer because he came in and said, look, forget all the stuff that is making money for us now. Remember, there's this book that you made me read, The Innovator's Dilemma, blah, blah, blah.
Right, how you're getting stuck in
What-
your cash cow, or are you cannibalized? I think Google is an excellent example nowadays. Search is cash cow for them, but obviously they need to move to, chat, AI-driven search, and in which the model for monetization is going to cannibalize their own model, and they need to innovate fast.
And they
because
have.
otherwise ChatGPT will take the market share, and you have to bring somebody that has the fundamental understanding of product to be able to disrupt your own cash cow.
Yes.
They have a printing machine. It's money printing machine. It's
Yes.
so hard to kind of like go against that.
Yes. And so my point is that only a technical CEO or a strong product-oriented CEO can have the guts to say, like say you work for a big on-prem company, to say, like Microsoft was in Satya, basically said, guys, I don't care about on-prem. We moved to cloud. And that's the reason why they are now the leader in cloud, because they were able to say, you know what? Office makes so much money for us, but everybody's going to consume Office from the cloud. And now almost everybody, even the big companies, you need really to fight to find anybody that runs Exchange on-prem. Everybody has moved their
I
Exchange.
think last week there was like a big SharePoint. I hope it's the last nail in the SharePoint coffin.
What?
There was like a big vulnerability 0-day in SharePoint that they basically told people just don't disconnect it back to the network or something
Yeah.
before you actually completely patch it. And
But the idea is that the people are supposed to use the cloud version. That's has been their position, and you need to have a lot of guts to say that, because when your business is 90% on-prem, and you say no, eventually our money needs to come from the cloud, requires a lot of courage.
big huevos.
Yes, exactly. And Nikesh, remember, took a big hit on their stock because he said, we are not selling standalone products, only suites. 3 suites, that's everything.
Right.
There's no standalone.
The consolidation, people kind of said, customer don't want it. He said, customer want it. We will go that
It doesn't matter what the customers want. It's what we want. He made the point. The fact that they changed into their 3 suites, they took a hit on their stock for like
Few months.
for a couple of quarters,
Yeah.
for a couple of quarters maybe. Now they're back on the top, because it is true. You need to be able to be willing to take a big hit to move forward to the directions that you know are right, because they know that right now they have 2 competitors, CrowdStrike and Microsoft. And because of that, they have to compete the same way. CrowdStrike only sells suites. Microsoft only sells E5. They knew that they have to sell it that way.
So if you have a company leader coming from sales lineage, one would say, yeah, he's committed to customers. He listened to the market. It's not a bad thing to bring sales leadership instead of tech leadership.
Sales
into the-
leadership always thinks quarter to quarter.
Yeah.
So the progression of a lot of companies that I've seen spiral down is they start with the tech guy, and the tech guy is never polished. They never have the amazing polish.
He's a little bit, an introvert, maybe not the best with customers. I don't know, but he has a vision. He understands what he
He'll
built.
argue his vision. So one of the things that we've seen a lot of times with tech leaders is that sometimes they actually know better. So this is a big dilemma. Henry Ford is known to be quoted that if he would have listened to the customers wanted a faster horse.
Yes, Steve Jobs as well always
Yes.
said to not listen to the customer, to just go
So
with your vision.
Both of them are not true. Most of the time when the customer wants a faster horse, they actually need a faster horse. They don't need a car. But you need to know when that difference is. For example, we were talking about this in our group this week. Part of the reason you hear me hoarse a little bit is because we had like a mini offsite. And one of our PMs, who I love, and she's very, very good at her job, she said, look, all the customers complain about that. I said, that's because you pointed them in the wrong direction. And the people that you talk to, you bring your own bias and you point them in the wrong direction. The right way that customers need to use the product is the way I use it. And then we opened Google Analytics and we saw that the people that we don't talk to, they actually understand the right flow versus the people that we talk to, which we pointed the wrong direction. Because a lot of times when you listen to the customer and you hear them kvetch, you think that you understand what they want. But a lot of times you need to see what they need, not what they want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that requires understanding of the business, understanding of the market, understanding of...
You need a unique leader in the seat that
Yes,
can do both.
But as I said, a lot of the tech leaders are abrasive because the thing that made them very good at their jobs as leaders means that sometimes they will not be team players, sometimes they will not listen, most of the time they won't listen because they know better. So this is a lot of the problem. The sales leader will always be a very good listener, will always have a more easier interface, but they
They're
will
people pleaser. That's the role.
but they think quarter to quarter. Sales, especially US sales, is indoctrinated to think quarter to quarter.
Yeah.
There's no, especially in a public company or a company that wants to be public or a company that's run by the board, quarter to quarter. And then the real downfall is sometimes what companies, when boards want to really remediate, they bring in a bean counter. They'll bring in the CFO to be, or a COO
Oh, that's when the company goes down.
Exactly. Because
When they put a CFO as a leader, the company needs to cut costs and become efficient. I mean, maybe it's not a down spiral, but it's not going in a direction of necessarily tech growth. It's going in the direction of, becoming maybe a cash cow.
Yes.
If you want to sell to a PE firm, you bring a CFO that is like to lead or co-lead the
Yes.
company.
Dennis lovingly calls it to polish up the turd. He calls it polishing up the turd. Because you cook the books, you make the books look nice. This will hold out in tech companies, especially with cloud-based tech companies. This will hold for a year. Because in the on-prem world, you could have made it work for a while. Like, we've seen that if you write hello world in the code on an on-prem product today, it will take 5 years for that to progress to 50% of your customers. You write hello world in a cloud-based product with a good cloud-based product, that's in with every customer in 2 weeks.
I mean, nowadays with AI, will be faster even. Like, who knows?
Yes.
I mean, AI may change a lot of that. So,
True.
brave new world.
Brave new world. So
Well,
we
I
went
think we kind of beat the horse on this
Yes.
topic. But,
and put the crowd to sleep.
well, what do you mean? This was a hit. We promised a few things as cliffhangers.
You're gonna put yourself on OnlyFans?
That's your dream, which is, I don't know what to even think about that, but no.
Like semi-pornish workout video.
We'll think about that.
Yes.
Maybe we'll just put a YouTube video of
Yeah.
me working out with a friend, Caroline.
Yes. Could
If
be.
that's what people want. Like, I can
You-
show
you-
my biceps.
Yeah.
You see, I'm showing off my biceps.
Yes.
Well, with that, I think we kind of like, we've made
Definitely
it.
jump the shark.
Exactly. Well, the Didi and Lital show is a weekly podcast. Please rate, review, and share it with whomever you think would like our content. Until next week, I'll see you. Enjoy summertime.
I am.